We went from several generations of hardworking We went from several generations of hardworking Americans to a bunch of young fucking wussies who live at home with their moms until they're fucking 31 and can't take a punch because they're pussies. Can't make them get a job even though they're all in debt, and they'll lecture you about being politically correct. They're crying and whining on the titties of their mamas. So here's a song for all the prima donnas. Fuck your feelings. No one gives a fuck about your issues, your problems, your shitty fucking luck. This generation's fucked. A bunch of fucking weaklings. So wipe your tears and fuck your fucking feelings. That's right. Fuck your feelings. Don't affect me, but we don't need 1,000 terms for your sexuality. We're so damned emotional, been crying for a while, but the world can't run on rainbows and unicorn smiles. There's a solution. If you shut up and listen, put the effort in a job that you're putting into bitchin'. Suck it up, buttercup. Do this and you'll be fine. Grow a pair and wipe the tears from your vagina. Fuck your feelings. No one gives a fuck about your issues, your problems, your shitty fucking luck. This generation's fucked. A bunch of fucking weaklings. So wipe your tears and fuck your fucking feelings. That's right. Wipe your tears and fuck your fucking feelings.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Boomer Bunker. I am the Duchess. Speaking on behalf of John Domingo, everything we say or discuss on this show is for entertainment purposes. If you disagree with anything either of us says on this show, and you're not operating motor vehicle or under the influence of alcohol or narcotics, please feel free to tell us your thoughts in the chat. If you're listening to this as a downloaded podcast file, you can write to us at boomer.bunker@gmail.com or tweet us at boomer_bunker on X. My advice is to look at the world we live in, realize you complaining to us about it isn't fixing anything, and then continue on with your life. If anything we say during the show offends you, please feel free to watch a different stream, shut the podcast off, or smash your device with a hammer. Boomer Bunker is not liable for damages to equipment by choosing the latter. If you have made it this far into the show and have decided you can live with these terms, then by all means, give your balls a tug, slap yourself in the face a few times, grab a cup of whatever pisses you off, and please enjoy the show.
Hey, what happened to you? Where'd you go? I guess we're just going with this then. Here we go.
Oh, dear.
That didn't work out at all, did it? I lost you. All right, here we go.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Boomer Bunker on Election Eve. I am the Duchess, and this charming gentleman sitting to my left, I guess since I'm reversed, is my fantastic, wonderful co-host, John Domingo.
How's it going, everybody? Did you go get your vote on yet? As you can see by my hat, I got a sticker. So I've voted. I just didn't get a sticker.
I didn't get a sticker.
I didn't get a sticker. Budfucker didn't get a sticker. Poor Budfucker didn't get a sticker. I said I'd send him. He didn't wait. Each of them like, no, give it to her. No, give it to him. Go give it to her.
Give it to me. I'll give it to him.
I'll tell you what.
He'll get a sticker.
I don't know what's going to happen here as far as what we're doing as far as this election. I mean, the polls are all over the place.
It's insane.
Either Trump's going to win by a landslide, Harris is going to win by a landslide. It's going to be really, really close. I have no idea, but they are still out pounding the pavement, Trump is going to be in Pittsburgh tonight. He's having a rally. Megyn Kelly is coming out, and she did a show today.
Gotta have a party with her.
She did a show today explaining exactly why she's voting for Trump and exactly why she's voting against Kamala Harris. Mm-hmm. But we got to get the men off the couch. We got to get the men, the lazy motherfuckers. You got to get off the couch and go out there and vote. Unless you're voting for Harris, then stay back on the couch, you lazy communist.
Yeah, stay comfortable at home, Edward.
Correct. Stay home.
So Trump is in Grand Rapids tonight, actually. So
he is.
He was hitting 3 different stops. Well, he's going to 3 different places, so he may have already. Yeah, but from Pittsburgh, that's like a half-hour plane ride. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, just think about all the fly. I wonder how many miles they flew between Trump and J.D. Vance and Kamala and Tampon Tim. I mean, it's the amount of miles they must have flown around must have been amazing. Right. I don't know.
No,
I just think that tomorrow night is going to be a shit show because we're not going to know. I doubt we're going to know tomorrow night who won. They're saying it's going to take Nevada. I don't know how many days to. I think you're allowed to send your ballots are allowed to come in 5 days after. See, the problem here is the problem is that there's got to be like abortion. Okay, somebody's got to come in and say, "Listen, here's the cutoff. All right, and this is where you can anything after that, no go. All right, here it is." So
it's insane.
If it's it's got to be able to get there. So you say it's postmarked. If it's postmarked 3 days before, then it can come in. Then you can get your vote counted. If you can't get there, then your vote doesn't get counted. And boo-hoo, plan accordingly. We got to sit here and wet nurse these people. Well, I couldn't do this, and I didn't have. Go fuck yourself. You had over a week and a half to be able to go vote, and you still can't vote. Look, I am the biggest procrastinator in the world. I waited until the last day of early voting. I went there half an hour before it started. And I was 10th in line. I sat there and froze my ass off for a half an hour, and then I went in, zip in and out, and I got it done. Right. I mean, if I can go, I even had to take this stupid rolling wheelchair. It's like the rolling walker that has a seat. Yeah. Because I can't stand that long. It just my knees can't.
You were comfy, so you just
so I'm just sitting there, and we're talking and bullshitting. But if I can go get to vote, then there's no reason that other people can't go vote. But one thing, in my humblest opinions, we got to get rid of the mail-in voting. Mm-hmm. The mail-in voting has to go. It's just too easy to manipulate it or fuck with it.
It really needs to be cleaned up and adjusted. I mean, if there's kids that go to college, they still have the right to vote. Or seniors in assisted living, they have the right to vote if they don't bring them to vote. You have the right to vote by mail, but I think like you said, you have to have a cutoff by a certain time. You got to have all that in, and it's not like you can have someone just show up with, 50 envelopes and be like, here you go. Cause that's not how it works. So it's just insane.
Barky Toaster says all the early voting does is allow the Dems to know where they need to send the fake ballots. Okay. And then, Captain Cuck Culture, Edward over here, he says, I started collecting fake elector slates just in case. Okay. All right. That's what you want to do. I told him to come into Discord.
He's such a little troll.
Come into the voicemail on Discord. I'll bring him right on the show. So he can talk about it. But,
one of these things. He said send him the link.
What's that?
Okay. He said send the link. He's looking for the link.
There's no link. He doesn't have internet. Like he's got that.
I see. He goes into voice chat. Never mind. Okay.
Right, he goes into voice chat. Just go into go into the Boomer Lounge voice chat. I'll bring you right in. But again, he doesn't. John thinks there are no fake ballots. I would imagine that there would be fake ballots. I would imagine that there could be fake ballots. Yeah, that's why I don't like the mail-in ballots. That's why I don't like them. So,
all right, he's there waiting for you.
He is not. I'm looking at the thing right now. I'm looking right now.
I'm looking at him right now. I see on air.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Can you hear me now there? He's locked in. Don't go with the on-air one because I can't unlock that one. Go to one. I don't care. Go to Jamingo Haters. Jesus. Here. Go.
Go to the Jamingo Haters.
Go to the Jamingo Hater. There you go. Now turn your thing off.
Good job.
Why is he? Why can't I go
derail?
Go to the Boomer Lounge. Yeah, I'm going to go to Boomer Lounge. You should be able to go into the Boomer Lounge.
Come on, Edward.
I know we talked in the Boomer Lounge. For some reason, he can't.
Well, he was in there the other day.
There he is.
Cheers.
Hi, Edward.
All right.
Should I just shut my mic off and take a break while you guys yell at each other?
Opinions on this show. I'm sorry.
All right, let's hear it. Give me what you love about Kamala Harris and why she should be the 47th president of the United States. The floor is yours.
Kamala is beautiful. She slept her way to the top. I love that about her. Honestly, if Trump wins, she's going to be imprisoned. And we still get to have something good because she's going to be forced to probably be a sex slave or I'm trolling. I'm sorry, John. I know you don't like my trolling.
No, it's fine.
Look, there's nothing to argue about. The real thing is that this is bullshit. That we have a fucking wannabe dictator versus someone who's just a lying politician. I don't like her either. I don't like either one of them. I don't want to vote for anybody.
Okay, so that's fine. I understand that. He's not my best choice either. But what I got to see is I got to look at the policies. Okay, first of all, I got her on one side, and everybody that endorsed her, J-Lo, Cardi B. I mean, it's just a big giant Diddy party.
Not just celebs.
Okay. Oh. All right. And then
like you wouldn't go to a Diddy party if you were invited, John.
Of course I would not go to a Diddy party.
Daddy likes it tight.
He does, but I would not go to a Diddy party because I don't know how much tightness is over at a Diddy party.
You got baby oil in the background.
It's not baby oil. It's Jack Daniels.
It's almost the same thing.
Jack Daniels leads
enough
to baby
Jack
oil.
Daniels is like baby oil.
Yeah, it definitely
Just
does
saying.
that. All right, so... And then you've got on the other side, you've got Robert F. Kennedy Jr., you've got Tulsi Gabbard, you've got J.D. Vance, you've got, who am I missing? Elon Musk. I mean, you have all these people that are going to be working in the government with Trump to try to straighten this shit out. And the fact that the mainstream media is so much against this tells me that that's exactly what we need. Exactly what we need. I mean, look at it. They tried to basically destroy his reputation. You can't. He's a mud monster. So, whatever. You throw more mud, he gets bigger. Then they tried to arrest him, all right, and convict him. They figured that would do it, because he's a felon, 34 felony, which is going to get overturned. It's going to get overturned. It's bullshit. So then that didn't work. So then they tried to shoot him twice.
Jesus.
Well, they did shoot him.
Can he be sued for slander at this point?
They did not try to shoot him? He did not get shot in the ear? He did not get shot?
Oh, no, the joke was he fell and then pressed a ketchup packet.
Right.
Right.
I wonder who they
right,
are.
Edward?
I don't know.
Me too.
All I know is the one shooter was supposed to hit him in the pumpkin, and then they were going to kill him, and then it would be just like Lee Harvey Oswald. There was there's no witnesses, and everything's nice and clean, right? The second guy, they caught him before he shot, and then and he was supposed to get away, but some dumb broad actually took a
sexism. Duchess.
Actually took a picture of his license plate and sent it to the cops, and they pulled him over.
How dare someone report criminal activity? Oh my God!
If it was
some
and
dumb
then
broad.
you haven't heard one word about that second guy who's alive, right? Is he getting prosecuted? He's supposed to take a shot at him. All right. They might even he was in Ukraine. He's like a CIA operative. That guy. I mean, all of a sudden he just disappeared like a spook.
But here's what I don't understand. How did I already know what you're going to answer. Well, I'm going to assume what you're going to answer. I'm going to tell you. So what makes you think the government got suddenly so bad at assassinating people? And if your answer is DEI, I'm going to scream.
Well, I'll be honest with you.
I mean, technically.
First of all, they let that one kid, by the grace of God that they didn't kill him. If he didn't turn his head exactly at the time that that guy pulled the trigger, he would have killed him. But for some
Don't
reason,
you know
by
Trump
the
set it up himself?
Grace of
That was
God,
a
he
whole
turned
setup.
his head just a little bit and got nicked on the ear. So that was just dumb luck. And the second guy, they were supposed to sweep that golf course. Like, it's not like he hasn't played golf there when he was president. The Secret Service knows how to protect him when he's out golfing. They didn't do any of it. They didn't sweep it that day. And all of a sudden, there's a guy sitting there, like in a tree stand, waiting for a 10-point buck sitting there for a 12. He sat there for 12 hours waiting for him. And
why would Trump be so stupid to keep employing these fucking Secret Service people? Why would he
not
employ them over?
He's not
and
the
over?
government employs them.
He's not.
That's government workers.
Not
for
the
you.
same ones from the fucking shooting. And also, if we're gonna talk conspiracy theories, then like the other side thinks that he didn't even get shot. And it was all his plan.
Hold on. How can we talk about conspiracy theories? One guy did shoot at him, and the second guy got caught.
No, the conspiracy theory is who they is, John.
Nobody, listen, the
They.
Secret Service is not that stupid. They're not that stupid. I've seen them in action before. They're not that stupid. For them to let that happen, not once, but twice, tells me that there's something else going on. And there's no investigation on why it happened and how it happened. It's just and all of a sudden everything, all the investigation is just went away. Nobody's paying attention to it until he gets elected. Trust me, if Trump gets elected president, all those things all that's going to be opened up, and we're going to find out who they are. We're going to find out who they are.
How do you feel about him saying he wants to be a dictator day one? How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel. This is how it makes me feel. It makes me feel
on the first day.
On the first day, yeah, because he says I'm going to be dictator on the first day because I'm going to go in there. I'm going to undo all the stuff that Biden did, just like Biden did the first day that Trump was elected. He went in the first day and did away with all Trump's border policies.
Why
so
would
that's
you
what
use
he
the
said.
rhetoric dictator? Why would you say the word dictator as a former president and
he's just a guy. He's just a guy. He's not a politician. He's run for office twice. One time he won the presidency. The second time he probably won the presidency, but it was
wanted to steal it.
It was stolen. And then this time he's not allowing it to be stolen. He wasn't, again, he wasn't, I don't think he expected to win, to be honest with you. But once he won, then he came in and found out that, this is a shit show over here, and they threw everything but the kitchen sink at him. They impeached him twice. They had a special counsel against him. And like I said, they did everything they could to stop him doing what he was doing. Now we'll see what happens. He's got a better team behind him.
In your eyes, is the government just completely not only bought and paid for, but also completely incompetent?
It is definitely bought and paid for.
It's bloated for sure.
And it is probably incompetent. Yes.
Well, what the fuck then? Then what are we supposed to do? Then we're all just, helpless, right?
Donald.
Then how is Trump able to even become president in the first place and just shake things up so fucking much for 4 years and then stay in the media and all that? It's so. The problem with conspiracies is every time you start getting into conspiracies, first of all, you always believe all of them.
What's the conspiracy that you're talking about? Tell me the conspiracy that you're talking about.
The conspiracy that the government is doing everything to Trump. It's like so much. It's so much. How many people do you think can keep a secret in the world nowadays? None. Nobody can. Someone's going to spill their fucking guts with the invention of all this technology and the
unless
quick
they're up on a
communication
roof.
we have now. No one could keep a fucking secret.
Listen,
especially that big.
It's the secret of what? Trying to kill them?
Oh, when you pick
right.
them off.
The government.
You know how you do it?
I'm alleging you're assuming the government.
Okay, so you know how you do it? By not
you
investigating.
shoot the shooter.
By not investigating it. They're not investigating it. They don't give a shit. They know what happened. Why would they investigate it? They're not going to investigate it.
Just ignoring things doesn't work anymore because of what I just said.
Oh, really?
Everyone.
Okay, so then if that's the case, then where is the second shooter that they got? What happened to him, and how come we're not hearing anything about him?
I have not read on that subject, I'll be honest.
Me
but that
either.
doesn't mean you win.
Me either.
John.
You know why? Because they're not talking about it. They're not talking. If someone tried to, if a Trump supporter tried to shoot at Harris and they caught him, that's all you would hear about. That's all. It would be nonstop. That's all you would hear about. But that's not happening. It's happening for Trump, and then And you got first of all,
Google's trolling me.
The mainstream media is just flat out lying. They're calling him a fascist. They're calling him Hitler. I mean, the fact
none of these words mean anything anymore, and they haven't for a long time.
First of all, it does mean something. If you think that the next president, like you do, you and your buddy Destiny, think that Trump's a fascist and Hitler.
Don't bring up my dad.
That's right. Your dad. My God. I'd shoot myself if that was my dad.
We sit in the corner together and watch our girls get fucked.
He might be your He might be your docking partner,
we
but
jerk
I
each
don't
other
think
off,
he's your
honestly.
dad. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking that, to be quite honest with you. But like I said,
for you to think that Gavin McInnes is like a intellectual superior to Destiny,
he's a man.
It just shows me everything.
You know what he is? He's a masculine man, and Destiny
You know how John likes them.
is just a
Gavin's
beta.
a piece of shit.
He's just a beta.
He's a drunk asshole.
So what? He's a drunk asshole, but he's a man. You know, it was so funny. Destiny said something during that debate that they had.
I bet it was cute.
And he said something about, I'm sorry, I had to go take care of your mother. And right?
That's actually pretty funny.
Joke.
Like Gavin McInnes isn't as inflammatory as fucking possible, dude.
And Gavin said, you know what? You know why you can say that? Because you're not here. Because if you were here.
The creator of the fucking Proud Boys is not inflammatory, is what I'm getting from this.
Right. He did create the Proud Boys. But nobody.
So Destiny saying I just fucked your mother while I was getting a package is so fucking offensive, really?
Well, he said you wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say that if you were anywhere where I could get my hands on you. Which is
Duchess, you're
so
really
he
not helping.
so he threatened him with
That's
violence.
right.
Okay.
You're supposed to be a better moderator than that.
Hey, you know what? Back in the day, if you said
But it's
something,
not.
Women weren't allowed to moderate.
if somebody said something about your mother,
vote,
your wife, or your kids,
anything.
and they were within an arm reach, you'd pop them in the face. You'd give them a knuckle sandwich. You'd hit them in the snot locker.
I can't hear Duchess. I don't think.
Oh no, because there's no opportunity to. That's why.
Oh, you can't hear her?
No, I don't think so because she's not in the channel.
Oh.
No.
No, you should be able to hear it because I don't know if you can hear.
If I had the stream on it, then there'd be an echo.
Yeah, there'd be an echo. Can't do that. I'm sorry,
you go.
Duchess. He can't hear you right now, so it's me fighting
Too
with
bad.
him.
I'll be quiet when I see your mouth move 20 seconds later on the screen.
No, but what I'm saying is that the people now think that they can come over and say whatever you want, and you can't touch them. And see, this is why we have the problems we have in society, because we don't have a polite society anymore. Because people think that they could just come over and say what they want, whatever they want. You just have to sit there and take it. It's bullshit. Same thing that just happened with Jason Kelsey, when that guy was messing around with him, and the guy broke his phone, and Jason broke his phone.
Deserved. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. See,
Oh, absolutely.
You know.
I'm
not a fucking libtard like you think, John. I mean, I like that you think that.
Oh, I don't know what you are. I know you like to troll, and I know that you'll fight both sides. That I know. I know that about you.
Stay out of people's face with a fucking phone, and while you're being like as obnoxious as possible. I wouldn't be able to control myself. I don't think.
I wouldn't have broke the phone. I'd have punched him in the face. Is what I would have done.
That's quite smart. He only broke the phone.
Back in the day, if you walked up to somebody and said something like that, you wanted to fight them because there was no way that you could say that to them and not get in a fist fight. It just doesn't happen. So, Jody Be Funny says that Edward supports bullying.
He bullies old women.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you voted yet, Edward? Have you voted yet?
I voted early for third party.
Okay.
Early and
Okay,
often?
fine. I'm happy that you voted third party, to be honest with you.
No, I voted for Kamala to cancel your vote out specifically.
Listen,
I actually had a lot of private conversations where I talked about wanting to cancel your vote out specifically.
You're too late. You know what my ex-wife did? She took so we have 5 people. I'm trying to think about this. There's 5 kids to it. There's 7 of us. All right, so there's 7 of us all together. 3 Trump supporters, 3 Kamala supporters, and then my son, who really doesn't give a shit. My wife took my son to vote and got him to vote for Biden.
Oh, that's mean.
So I'm already outvoted. My family already canceled my vote. You're too late. But
We canceled out our daughters.
Wow.
yeah,
You against your family, John. How could you do that? Your daughter almost walked in on you naked.
I know. That's crazy. I know. That would have scarred her for life. And she's the Trump supporter. But and I've had conversations with my children. And I said, this is all I want you to do. I want you to go and
Kill
do
yourself.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
Edward.
I want you to go and do your research. Go and research, and don't listen to the mainstream media. Say, okay, if the mainstream media says this, I want to hear the whole thing. I want to find out the facts for myself. And when you do that, and whoever you want to vote for, even if it's for the person that I'm not voting for, then I support you 100%, because that's what we do. See, this is what we've lost with your generation and the generations after.
My generation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We've lost the live and let live kind of thing where, hey, listen, you're gay, you're gay. Who gives a shit? As long as you're not trying to fuck me
Apparently
in the ass.
everyone who hates Destiny, that's who.
As long as you're not trying to fuck me in the ass, I don't care if you're gay. If you're having your gay shit over there with your gay people and doing all your gay stuff, that's fine. Keep it over there.
Your gay people. Oh
right,
my
your
God.
your gayness with your gay people, and have your gay parties and have a ball. Have to.
Have a gay old time?
Yeah, have a gay old time.
I like that.
All right. And the same thing. You want to have an abortion up to a certain point? Fine. Have an abortion.
I want an abortion.
Yes, I understand. And then if you don't want an abortion, don't have it. And the thing that they lie about, that they're saying that Trump would sign a national abortion ban. The courts already took it out of the national spotlight.
Who raised us to be these delinquent losers, John?
It wasn't
Can you answer
me.
that question?
It wasn't me.
What generation?
I'll tell you what it is. It's liberal
Gen
white
X.
women. Liberal white women are ruining this country. That's exactly what it is. Liberal white women are ruining this country.
It's always women.
It is.
Women!
Yes, it is.
They ruined everything.
Yeah, Duchess, you're rolling your eyes and you're crossing your arms. I understand that. What I'm saying is liberal white women, because liberal white women want to be like they're the caring, and don't blame me for racism. It's not me. I'll be your cuck. All right, I'll take my leg and swing it over the gate of the fence of oppression. The gate of oppression. Right. I'll do that. I'll do whatever you need me to do. I'll say Black Lives Matter. I'll go to struggle sessions to talk about my white privilege. I'm not giving up my white privilege, but I'll talk about how horrible it is. Cut me a break. But Duchess isn't like that. Duchess is a normal white woman.
I try. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
see?
here, so.
Yeah, you're one of the good ones.
Good point, Duchess.
You're one of the good
Thank
white
you.
women.
Thank you. I'm a good one. I'm a keeper.
You're a keeper.
I'm a keeper.
Exactly.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Wow,
But they get, in other words, so they take this abortion thing. It's like, oh, well, one of them's trying to take away our reproductive right. No one's trying to take away your. It's in your state. If you live in a southern state and they've made these laws against abortion, fight with them. It has nothing to do with the national election anymore. But they're too stupid to figure that out. That's the problem. We have a country full of morons. That's the problem. And they've been educated by morons. So it's just a rolling cycle.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Papa was a Rolling Stone, and we have rolling morons. I don't know.
You
Well,
raised
thanks for
us.
calling
That's
in.
the point, though. You can't just
No.
decide I don't have responsibility in the matter anymore and wipe your hands clean.
This started with the helicopter
All your kids are
parenting.
cucks. You just admitted it.
No, I did not. What are you out of your
sure
mind?
did.
I did not say my kids were cucks. I said my kids went and researched on who
You
they
said they
wanted
were
to
liberals,
vote for.
right?
I said they've researched what they wanted. They researched it, and this is who they voted for. The only
And
one that
they
I really
voted.
know there's only one person that I know who voted, well, two. I know my son,
Jody.
and I know my ex-wife voted for Harris. I know that because she would vote for Hitler if he was on the Democratic ticket. She hates all Republicans.
Damn.
If I should have,
The way to live.
if I shouldn't waited a little bit, and I would have realized what was going on, and we probably would have never got married. But I can't say that because I got wonderful kids.
Oh, boy.
So I don't know what to
Beautiful
tell you.
children. Don't say that.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's the best. They are my biggest. What would you call it? My biggest
Accomplishments.
Yes,
Champions.
accomplishment. Yes, they are my biggest accomplishment in life. My kids.
Hell yeah.
So, all right. So you've
Parenting's
already
the hard
voted.
stuff.
So okay. Who do you think's going to win this now? Edward.
I've gone back and forth several times. I thought Trump was going to win by a landslide at the very beginning of all this talk. Then it kind of went when he looked like a actual retard during the debates. Then it started looking like, oh, Kamala's probably got a shot here. And then she started getting higher in the polls. And then it got really close. And now it's really close, which seems to happen every single fucking time. So
Yeah, that's what I'm
Crazy.
worried about. This is
I
all
love this sports.
I'll tell you what. This is all I really want. And if the country decides to go with Harris, then that's fine. But what I want is a fair election. That's all I want is a fair election. I don't want any shenanigans.
And Sparky, yes, Biden also looked like a retard during the debates, but that doesn't make Trump not sound like a retard.
Louise says John's biggest accomplishment was Brand X. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, but the whole point during the debate is to be the
Brand
lesser of the retards. So Trump won, technically. So
Look, right now,
just
I'm
by
in the-
default on that one.
Yeah. Right now, I just want to get past
I agree,
this.
Duchess.
He doesn't even know what you said. He doesn't even know what you
Yeah,
said.
no, he didn't.
All right, listen, I'm going to cut you loose, sir. I appreciate you coming on here.
Whatever, John. Love you.
Thanks for calling in.
show.
Appreciate it.
Duchess says thanks for calling in.
Love you. Love the show.
All right, bye. Am I out of there yet? Okay, now I'm out of there. All right.
All right.
I'm
Feeling
sorry.
better?
No, I just...
No. No, I'm still grumpy.
I'm not really grumpy. I just don't understand people. You okay over there? Is it a little hot over there, or it's too cold?
I'm closing my window because
I see.
well, I'm getting louder, and it's like that's my front yard, like right over there.
You screaming
Neighbors
and
walking
yelling.
by, and I'm like, "Fucking retard!" Yeah, it's not a good look. I'm gonna look
Boy,
at this.
I think that Duchess and Paul are getting a divorce. She's calling him a fucking retard. I just heard
She
him.
keeps screaming at him. Yeah.
No, it's a stupid podcast co-host.
Yeah. Never mind.
All right. But that's not what I wanted to start off with.
But
Really
we
wanna-
did.
I didn't want to start off with that. What I really wanted to start off with was Peanut, the squirrel,
Poor Peanut.
and
So
Fred,
sad about that.
the raccoon.
I
And
know.
we did the
He's
story
So cute.
last week about how, the government had come in and taken them.
Fucking
And
scumbags.
they killed them. The government killed them. And why? Because the squirrel
They suck.
bit one of the people that were trying to come
Well,
in.
good.
And
The poor thing. It's like 1 pound, and they're like dragging it away from the only thing it's ever known and loved. And it is
Well,
a
then-
Democratic governor. Yeah.
the problem is that Peanut, when you bite somebody, they got to test you for rabies, and the way they
yeah,
test
they
you
gotta-
for rabies is to kill you.
Fucking kill him. Yeah, that's great. The
know.
thing, not that the fact the thing has lived inside for 7 years. For 7 years. But yeah, we're going to test it
Okay.
for rabies.
So I have
Right in the noggin.
I have some thoughts on this, and it's probably not going to go well for me. But here's the moment when they found out, the owners found out that poor Peanut.
Are you
and
playing a
Fred-
video?
I'm playing a video. Here we go.
We just learned that they have euthanized Peanut.
And the raccoon as well.
And the raccoon as well. I am so sorry. This
Fuck you,
must be
Tansy.
really difficult for you.
It not only tears my family apart, but Peanut was the cornerstone of our nonprofit animal rescue. And 10 to 12 DEC officers raided my house as if I was a drug dealer. I was sat outside my house for 5 hours. I had to get a police escort to my bathroom. I wasn't even allowed to feed my rescue horses breakfast or lunch. I was sat there like a criminal. After they interrogated my wife to check out her immigration status, then proceeded to ask me if I had cameras in my house, then proceeded to go through every cabinet, nook, and cranny of my house for a squirrel and a raccoon.
All right. Here's my question.
Gross.
And I would say this about everybody. If they came in there looking for the raccoon and the squirrel, why didn't you give them the raccoon and the squirrel? Why did you let them tear your house apart?
They were going to do
If
that
they
anyway.
came in and they gave them the squirrel and the raccoon, put them in a cage or something, gave them to the people, and the squirrel didn't bite anybody, they might still be alive today. In other words, they did not comply.
So are you saying if the government comes to your house and knocks on the door, you comply? You just knuckle under and comply?
Well, what I'm saying
that what
is,
you're suggesting,
by-
Mr. Domingo?
Well, you have to get, you have to get a lawyer involved, all right, and then
Mm-hmm.
you fight it afterwards. But you can't fight it right there because they tore the whole house apart, and they got the squirrel, and then they ended up euthanizing the squirrel. I mean, this is what happens when you play.
They killed them both. I
They
believe they're
killed them both.
dead.
Yes, but they had
Yeah.
to. They had to, because if the squirrel's got rabies, then maybe the raccoon, I got to test them both.
Got a search warrant?
They got a search warrant. 4 departments and a judge signed off on a search warrant for a squirrel and a raccoon. And then they took them and killed them.
Why did they go through all that to get a search warrant for an animal that had been with you very safely, and the world witnessed this for 7 years? Why now suddenly did they show up with a search warrant and take these animals?
We haven't a clue. We don't know who made the complaints. Again, Peanut was an indoor squirrel, not harming anybody. He's been with us for 7 years. Not a single complaint was ever filed for this animal. We had him for 7.5 years. He became the world's most famous squirrel. We weren't hiding him by any means.
Well, I'm sorry. Rocket J. Squirrel was a more famous squirrel than.
Well, did he have all those followers?
Peanut
on
the
Instagram?
Squirrel. Just saying. I said Rocket J. Squirrel. You knew exactly who Rocket J. Squirrel was. Just saying.
I think I do. Yeah.
All right, so let's dig into this a little bit if we could, if you don't mind.
Let's go for it.
You okay over there?
I'm fine. I'm waiting to hear what terrible things you're going to say about this poor fucking
First
squirrel.
of all,
I don't even like squirrels, but no.
First of all, the problem was that he had that squirrel on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and he had thousands of followers. And that squirrel was a moneymaker, because when you have that many followers, especially on, I think, YouTube and,
he's monetized, so they made a ton of money on this thing.
Exactly. And what happens when you're making a ton of money on the internet? What happens?
The IRS.
You get jealous people.
Oh, that's true. Yep.
That want to see
like the lady
you taken
like the lady with the rug. That whole nonsense story we talked about a couple weeks ago with the rug. I'm sorry, I did talk over you. My apologies.
No, go ahead.
Where this woman took that and then did several videos responding to it as to how this woman's like baking the system to make it up for hits for her, but somehow she's getting hits for sharing her stuff. So remember?
Yes.
That story?
So the lady's like, well, you know what? I want to show you how much money she made with this rug thing. So
how much money I didn't make. Yeah.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you. Yeah. Well, the same sort of thing happened.
So then what happened was that somebody trolled the internet, and on X they put out a Trump statement that looked like this is what the statement was. And it looks like it's official, but this is really just it's a deep fake. So it says, statement from Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States. There has been a horrible report out of New York, my former home state, where state environmental agents raided the home of Mark Longo and his wife. Mark was taken into custody for hours while officials searched his home and eventually took 2 of their pets, Fred the raccoon and Peanut the squirrel. They were lovely pets. These animals were later executed by the state of New York. New York authorities, under their terrible governor, put more effort into finding and eliminating a squirrel who was innocent by all accounts than they do in controlling the unchecked illegal immigration that has flooded into their state. If Peanut could have told them that he was from Mexico, they would have sent him on his way, given him a hotel room and $500 gift card. Instead, he was taken from his family. Very sad. A complete waste of resources. When we win, we will get our priorities in order. And MAGA.
And MAGA. Yeah.
The problem is with that statement, Trump could have wrote that statement. That very, very well could have been Trump. All right. So we got to go back, because what happened now is the guy, I can't think of his name, John, I think it is, who owned the squirrel, and his wife. They're going to show you what the FBI. Mark. I'm sorry, Mark.
The officer opened the back of the toilet to see if I was hiding something in there. That's to find a squirrel. Let somebody come in here and do this to your house and keep it like this. I actually have broken soap bottles on the ground. I have a stain on my ground. This is to find a squirrel. This is to find a squirrel. This is to find a squirrel. You see that? That's that. See that? Do you see this, guys? You see that?
Yeah, they were looking for a squirrel.
You want to tell me that that's acceptable?
Well, if you give them the squirrel, they don't have to tear your house apart. Am I wrong in saying
yeeted
this?
that squirrel out into next week somewhere. They should have sent it off.
They should have took the squirrel and sent it somewhere else. And just and they couldn't have got a hold of it. Pack the squirrel up and get rid of it. All right. So here we go.
It's not a good situation.
It's not. But you know what the internet does? The internet will not take a squirrel killer lightly.
No, they won't.
So basically what?
I'm sorry, the comments are talking about, do you know what squirrel salad tastes like?
Yes, I do.
Tom. Oh, God, ew. Oh, my God. Did they eat those pets? And like when they raided, Jody says it reminds him of when they raided Afro Man, but I don't know who Afro Man is.
I don't remember Afro Man, but I also remember that Cuban kid that they were looking for? I can't think.
Oh, my God.
What was his name?
Oh, my God, Gonzalez. Why do I remember that? Elian Gonzalez. Elian Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And Obama had him. They had a picture of him in a closet with the ATF with a gun drawn on him.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's a good thing we've switched that now. Now we just let anybody come in.
So the internet went to work like the internet does. And the internet found out who turned in Peanut. Here she is. They want to make her famous.
Oh, this bitch.
So she was running a photography. I guess she's a self-employed photographer, and
Not
she had
anymore.
she wiped all her social media. She shut it all down. Yes. She deleted all her social media, and now she's held up because they're coming for her. You think you think that squirrel had problems, lady? Right here, the fact that your face is everywhere on Twitter, everywhere on Instagram. They're coming for you. And I can't believe they're not outside of her house right now.
Oh, there probably are. I mean, they doxed somebody. I think they doxed somebody incorrectly. That might have been for something else. I'm not. Well, the problem is people get caught up in it and then they end up doxing somebody and then it's not always the correct person. I believe that is the correct person. Thinking of another doxing situation, but I don't personally care for doing that to someone because it's dangerous because you'll get that one wacko that's just going to take it to, turn it to 11 and do something awful. You do at one point have to process this with the law and let some of that happen. I don't know. I think putting full details of people, and I know it's public information. If you want to find somebody hard enough, you're gonna, but I don't know. Like everybody's all spun up over it. So the people are going to go towards her location are going to do something stupid. And that's not right. That doesn't make it right either.
Right. So Jody says the false doxing was the lady yelling at the kid in a stroller.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So that was the false doxing. Okay. Thank you, Jody.
Thank you.
I'm just saying, look, it was a squirrel. He's not supposed to have the squirrel without a permit. And you took the squirrel and you put it on social media, and you were making all kinds of money with it, and people see that,
and they
get
die.
Jealous.
It was your own
and
fault.
They're like, you know what? He's not allowed to have that squirrel. I'm turning him in. I'm going to be a bitch, and I'm going to turn him in. I'm going to turn him in anonymously. Well, that doesn't work in the internet world because all you have to do is get some white liberal ladies that have a cause and turn them loose, and they're the best detectives in the United States. Boy, they'll get them. Give me that file. I'll find that bitch. And they found her. So
let me tell you, my daughter's able to find a lot of things. But a lot of things are available on the internet. All you got to do is look. So
you know who's an internet sleuth? You know who's an internet sleuth that likes to go find people? Edward. Edward does it because Edward found out all about me, found out all about you. Like he looked you up because
I'm not hard to find.
Yeah,
really.
You're Gen X. I'm a boomer. Back before we realized that
my name's on fucking everything. All you gotta do is figure out my name, and there I am.
Exactly. So I mean,
Googlehead says Edward showed up at my fucking house. I thought that was you.
And the other thing was Mike from Wheelbarrow Full of Dicks. He's another one that loves to go sleuthing on the internet.
Oh well, he's a troublemaker. That one.
Just saying. Yeah, Jody says Edward's pretty efficient when he does this. Yeah,
should put that effort into voting.
Oh, that's right. Who else did who else?
Eric Zane.
Edward did that for Eric Zane too, I think. But everybody knew where Eric lived.
Everybody knows where that moron lives.
Right.
I could have given it to you. If you want, I'll just type it up on Facebook and just there you go. Oh wait, you're not
Edward
a
found
Facebook
everything about our buddy Win by Two, John DiCaprio.
Oh, that's not hard either.
No,
That's a
it's
dummy.
not. He was very easy to find out now.
Yeah, that's that
Yeah, so
giant
there's-
ego. It just sticks out of the roof of his house.
Yeah, so there's a lot of internet sleuthing that can go on there. So you got to be careful when you go.
Edward for hire.
Yeah, Edward for hire. You get a hold of Edward, he'll track them down.
Nice. I don't mind that. It's
all
always
right.
good to have those in your back pocket, like just if you need to, but like just to randomly, go out and just send it to people's office, like just to kind of make it a bad situation even fucking worse. It's kind of terrible.
Well,
but-
Eric Zane did the same thing to you when
He did.
things
He's a piece
were
of shit,
going
that's
south.
why.
He was like, "Oh, well,
Yeah.
does her husband, former assemblyman Paul?
I wish. Yeah.
Yeah. Do they know about? Do they, call him? So he sicks his people on because that's the kind of bullshit that they do. I'm not for
Well,
that.
it's the morons. Yeah, I'm not for that either. Personally, but
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
I mean, when we were talking about Eric and his wife put that post up on Facebook about their yard sale, I made sure to black out his address and her name, last name, and everything because it's we're going to talk about him calling the cops and all that shit, but I'm not going to out him. I mean, it's a different story. It's a different kind, in other words, if you out him, to me, it's just petty bullshit, to be honest with you. I see a lot of people in the Dabbleverse, they do that. They try to get each other's YouTube channels taken down. And, it's just so
they
petty.
think it's funny. Yeah, I think it's funny.
Yeah, it is so petty. All right.
Grown men, stop it.
All right. So it's time to move on to another story.
Maybe they should go and beat each other up in a yard somewhere.
Who?
All these old men who think it's fun to dox other old men about the Dabbleverse and all that
They all
bullshit.
say they're going to do that. They're all tough. They're all keyboard tough guys. They're going to, like Stutter and John's going to fight the guy from Alabama that used to be on the Howard Stern show, Shuley. They're going to fight, and they all want to fight Aaron M. Hall from the Steel Toe Morning Show. It's a big joke. Nobody's fighting.
Isn't he a
anybody.
boxer?
Yeah,
He's
we're
a
all too
boxer.
old. Well, yeah, he's a boxer. I have as many wins as Aaron does in boxing.
So I have a chance. Yeah.
All right. So I want to get into Jason Kelsey because he was at Penn State this weekend.
Yep.
And just same thing. People follow him around with their phones. Hey, Jason, and from what I understand, Jason is one of the nicest guys that you ever want
He's
to
a
meet.
hothead, though. I bet he's a hothead.
He's a man.
Obviously.
Again, he's a man.
Okay. Because only men can be like, raw, I'm angry. Okay. You got it.
It's the
And then white
masculinity.
women, it's a whole
It's
nother.
the
Okay.
testosterone in us. Yes.
Okay.
That's what we do.
'Cause women
That's-
don't get pissed, but okay.
Yeah, but you're catty. You talk behind each other's back, and you see women don't you don't see women unless you're black grabbing hair and pulling clothes off and beating the shit out of each other.
All right.
I'm just
All
saying. You go to the internet, you don't see
Unbelievable.
too many. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's white girls fight too. Usually at the club, at 2 o'clock in the morning, they're out looking, trying to get an Uber, and next thing you know, hair pulling and all that other shit. But normally women,
it's totally the scenario. Yeah.
women don't get physical. They're backstabbing, conniving bitches is when they're
Or
against
mouthy.
each
We'll
other.
go nose to nose on it, and if someone raises their hand, then a fucking hit comes in.
But what I'm saying is, men are different. Men and women are different. You
Because you're
realize that,
dumb.
right?
You just go immediately.
Why would that make us dumb? The reason that women are still here
Because you're hitting each
is
other.
because
Yeah.
men protect women.
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys do that. Okay.
We do that, yes.
Sure.
That it's a masculine thing to protect and provide for women and their family. That's what we do. That's what we're bred for.
Oh.
Why is all of a sudden that? Why is that all of a sudden a bad thing? That we?
I didn't say it's a bad thing, but that's what we do. No, not so much anymore. I don't see that happening.
Yeah,
but
you know why? Because single white ladies with no male raise their sons to be Edward, basically, and Tom.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just saying, that's the way it is. I can't help that.
I don't know what that.
Well, that's just what happens when
Are you insinuating I'm old enough to have Tom as my son?
I didn't say you. No,
Oh, okay.
let me think. You might. Yes. Tom could be your son. That is true. Because I found out how old Tom is, and I know how old you are, and that would work. It would work.
So I'm old as dirt. Cool. Thanks. All right. Way to spin the argument.
You
Basically
brought it
calling
up.
me
You
old.
said, are you saying, I didn't say it, but he could be your son.
Okay.
Just saying.
Nice.
How old is your oldest?
28.
Well,
I don't think Tom's 28, but okay.
all right, maybe it's not. Maybe he's a little too old.
If I was a child.
I think he's 39, which would make
Oh
it,
my God. No, I would have to have been like 10 or something. Gee, 49.
Well, you
like
are
15. I would have to be 15. Oh my God. No, don't say Arab. Now, my father would not have approved if you called me Arab.
Well, what are you? You're Iranian.
I'm half Iranian, yes.
Right, which is...
So watch it. I've got like 10,000 relatives. If they ever make it over here, could come
Right.
after you. No, they won't. But
If Duchess jumps up and yells Allah Akbar, everybody
no, but I have to cover everything. I can't do that. Please.
See? That's what I'm saying. Now, there was just a story where a woman in Iran took off all her clothes, and she was like in a bra and panties, and she was walking around in this square.
You'll never see her again. Enjoy your look because she's gone.
Right.
There's no way she's even alive.
Because they make them, they make them dress up
they'll
like
murder her. Yeah.
like ghosts, black ghosts with you can only see the strip because they can't handle to be able to see a woman. Because they can't stop themselves.
She took off a majority of her clothes, Tom, if you're going to nitpick. But
she was-
when in a society where you're not really permitted to show your skin, that's
Ankles.
practically naked. Yeah.
Wrists.
That's naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hair. Face.
Or you're not even allowed to talk to other women without a
Right.
man around.
You can't go out without a male escort. And if your husband's not there, your oldest son is your escort. He's the one responsible for you. Talk about being a second class, and you women bitch about what goes on over here, like, oh, we were second class citizens. Move over there. I know you. I'm saying.
I know what it's like over there. It sucks.
Yeah.
No, it's not a good thing. It's terrible over there. When we went to visit, I was 78, so it was right before the Shah was bumped out, and it was rough. My mother had to cover up, like they made her. And we were followed. They held our paperwork. It was weird. My mom said it was not a comfortable time over there. My dad had a blast, but
it never is. Has been. Well, except for when the Shah was there.
it was better when the Shah was there. Women had more rights. I'll say
It was
rights.
westernized.
Yeah.
Same thing
a little
with
more
Lebanon.
westernized.
Yeah. There's a lot of Christians in Lebanon. You're Christian Arabs. Whatever. What would you be called? If you didn't like being
Iranian.
called Arab, what would you be called?
Iranian. He just didn't like being called
Oh, you
Arab
didn't like the word
American.
Arab? Yeah, because you
No.
didn't want to be mixed up with those other filthy Arabs, like your Jordanians, your Palestinians.
My father was very much a snob. Yeah, he did not like
Pakistan.
that.
Yeah, we're
No.
Iranian.
Yeah,
we're
Persian.
We're
There
not
you go.
Arab like like those filthy Pakistanis.
No,
get
he
it.
didn't. He did not care for that
Right.
over there at all. No, there is a hierarchy.
Sure.
Considering my
there
father
is.
came over here when he went to college and pretty much never went back.
Lord,
So-
I like it here.
yeah.
It's very much nice.
I met me a white woman. I'm
I
gonna
can
get
see.
married.
Yes, I've met me a white
I
woman.
knocked her up. Now I gotta marry her. Ooh, what?
Oh boy.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. But
Yep.
yeah,
Well, there you are.
here I am.
So anyhow, Jason goes to
Oh, back to Jason.
Penn State.
Drive the bus back. Okay.
And he's carrying a case of garage beer, and I don't know where he's going, but everybody's following him with their cameras out. And one guy gets up behind him, and he starts his shit. And so this is what it happened.
Kelsey!
Hey, Kelsey! How does it feel your brother's a faggot?
All right, so the one guy goes, "Hey, Kelsey, what do you think of your brother, the faggot, dating Taylor Swift now?"
Not the smartest thing to say to a giant, angry man.
Right. This guy
He's a
used to
big dude.
toss. This guy would fight 300-pound men every Sunday for 13 years, and before that when he was in college. So he's one big, strong motherfucker.
Yeah.
There's only so much.
He's only just retired. He's not out of shape yet.
But, I don't know if the guy knows what the word faggot means, because his brother is dating like the top white woman that you can date right now. Taylor Swift
Pretty much.
is, she is the shit right now. She is the golden idol of available women, and he's been dating her. If that makes him a faggot, then what's the rest of us, right? You know what I'm saying? What's the rest of these men? I don't know what she is. Gobblehead's right. She is the top liberal white woman. She is. All right.
Well,
so
that's, she does what she does. She works hard. She performs. People love her. Fine. That's all right. And you know what? Well, I'm not her demographic. My daughter loves her. Good on her. She makes money. She works hard. A little preachy, but whatever, But if they're happy, who gives a shit? I'm just tired of seeing her on TV, and it's not her fault because the cameras keep showing her, but they've dialed that back.
Right. So in other words, when she goes to NFL games and they throw a ball to Travis and he makes a great play, the first thing they do is they pan up to her to watch her clap for her man, which is nice. It is nice to see that. And then he goes and he supports her. He flies to wherever she is and watches her concerts. And,
of course.
So I think it's a lovely relationship. And the fact that
they're
thinks
happy,
that
who cares?
she supports Kamala Harris, that's her. It's totally up to her. Like, who cares? I don't care who she supports. There's the artist side of you and there's the other side. And I got to say, Michael Jordan was the best. Because Michael Jordan wouldn't tell you who he was voting for. He says, it's none of your business. He says, Republicans buy shoes too. He was a businessman.
Yeah.
So, whatever. But anyhow, this guy screams out, hey, your faggot brother dating Taylor Swift, and that was it. He snaps.
Cousin, can I get a fist bump? Cousin, can I get a fist bump?
He grabs the phone.
Look at that phone way up in the air, and that 6-foot-something dude with that big arm.
6'3", 300 and some pounds. And here it goes with all his might. Oh, did you hear that?
Oh, you heard that smash.
Here's another angle. Watch this. Ooh.
Look at the guy went.
Then he picks it up and he takes it with him.
Good. Fuck you. A big-ass, pissed-off man carrying beer.
So then he says, give me my phone. Like, this guy's lucky he's
He's
still
got some
has
balls,
teeth.
man.
He's lucky he still has teeth, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he is.
Like, in other words, I've seen people angry. But when you see that, you see that, and you want to go after him some more, like, give my phone.
It tells you the sense that he has is, I got to get my phone, not that a giant pissed off man has my phone.
Exactly.
And I'm going to let him take it because I don't want my face bashed in. But this guy's like, hey, give me my phone. And Kelsey, look, the look on his, for people who can't see this, just imagine a very large, mad, bearded man. And he is, the way his body language is, he's like head back, like tilted, like he's one step from a punch.
Right.
Like
if you look at he's tense. He's got a balled up fist.
Yeah, that guy's lucky he's standing.
Right. So again, I think the issue is that Jason Kelsey is large enough, and then when I mean in stature, in celebrity, that he now needs security. He needs somebody to get in between.
He's
them
too
and stuff
famous.
like
He's
Yeah,
too
he
famous
can't just
to be
go out.
walking a stadium like this.
Right.
And now he's drinking. So like he's drinking a beer, wandering around doing this. So probably not.
Right.
He'll buy the kid a phone. He'll probably settle for 10, 20 grand. And that's
10 or 20.
You know?
I wouldn't give that kid shit.
Well,
I would say
I don't
I'd
know.
say, you know what?
I'm not an attorney. I
got money for a lawyer. You don't. All right.
Fuck
and
you.
I'll just
I'll
take
replace
this
your
thing
phone. That's all you get.
Yeah. You get a phone. Lucky you. The phone that I gave that you broke. Your Android phone. You piece of shit.
It's I watched this the other day and I was just like, first of all, I'm amazed that he's able to walk through. I mean, this is Penn State. It's a big campus. There's tons of people there that he's just walking through.
Like a regular guy.
Like a regular guy. But he's not that guy anymore. Like he's a celebrity now. And as much as that, I can't wonder what his wife thought of this. Because I didn't see her there. Because she'd have like restrained him or gotten between it or something.
I don't know about that. See, the thing is, if she would have got between, I think she would have held Jason from killing this guy.
Well, that's what I mean.
That's number one. Because there was a time when they went out to dinner down the shore and
they held her back. Remember?
And there was a girl that wanted a picture with her, and she wouldn't. And then she started yelling at her, and
Kylie got in her
like,
face.
Yeah, she's like, you're
Let's
embarrassing yourself. And Jason stood back. He's like, I'm going to let these guys do what they do. So, again, I'm
going to think about this later. No.
But I don't think... I don't know if he's going to get in trouble. ESPN would have to be stupid to fire him over this.
They're not going to
Because he'll just go somewhere else. And again...
Why would you fire him? They'll address it. He'll talk about it on the next show. And
because he said, because when he threw the phone down and he picked it back up again, that guy wanted his phone. Jason said to him, "Who's the faggot now?"
So what? Really, if that's... There are football players. Look, Shannon Sharp literally had sex with his Instagram going live, and they still have him somewhere else. So, I mean, I think Jason will be okay.
I understand, but,
they're not going to fire him.
I'm tired as an old man. And as a man that is done with
grumpy
this,
old man.
No, a man that is done with people saying that, you know what, being masculine anymore, you can't do that anymore. You know, being someone like Edward, who is, is just that soft, gushy kind of guy. I like Edward. There's nothing wrong with him, but I don't see him being like the manly kind of guy. Like Jody B. Jody B's a manly kind of guy, even though he's very nice, but you wouldn't want to cross him. I'm just telling you that. I know that for a fact. Jody B's that kind of guy. Boomer Bob, he's a guy you wouldn't want to cross either. He's that kind of guy. These are masculine men. These are manly men.
Well, look, I don't think anybody really wants to fight. I don't think everybody starts off their day like, let's fight. But, Edward isn't a shrinking violet.
He's a monster. He looks like
he's a big dude. So
yeah, he's like 6'3". He looks like a Sasquatch.
Oh, that's fucking huge. I'm 5'1", so I wouldn't be mad if someone was coming at me and there was a tall person behind me like that had my back. But what I'm saying is, if someone went after Edward, I'm pretty sure he would defend himself. Do you think he's gonna fall to the ground and be like?
Would it be like a slap fight like this? Would it be like Will and Grace when Jack and Will get into a fight? Would it be like that?
And they just
slap each other, or like when
I think Edward would be like Ralphie, where he would just get mad and just beat the shit out of him.
Oh, you think
and just
that?
lose his
Yeah,
mind.
maybe. I guess.
All right, we got
Bob's in there. Of course, Bob has to take his dick out. Bob says, "I'm 6'2" and 8.5, 8 1/4 inches of thick skull. Thick skull is what he's talking about.
No. What is happening?
Edward, we're talking about how you're soft. You're a softie.
I did not say you were soft.
Okay.
Did you call him a softie, or are you calling him soft?
He's
different.
Soft. He's like a soft guy. He's a beta cuck. Is kind of what he is.
All right,
I'm just saying.
Taking it to the whole.
I don't mean this as a. I don't know how to say this. I don't mean it as a put down. It's just.
Okay, it sounds like the compliment that it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of a compliment. I'm just saying, look, if I was in a bar with Edward and shit went down, I would not expect Edward to get involved. I would know that I was on my own. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, Edward, you would fight me. Yeah, I'm 63 years old. You know when you wouldn't fight me? When I was 30. You wouldn't fight me when I was 30. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not fighting anybody right now. I'm too old and crippled. The only thing I could do is beat you with my cane.
All right, none of you can beat up John. I got your back, John.
I got Duchess. Duchess is going to go over and kick your ass.
Like, even you need a bodyguard, John.
Right, exactly. But you know what happened?
But if someone's got a long wingspan, all they got to do is this, and I'm in trouble. I won't hit anything.
Give you the old midget thing.
Go ahead, try it. Yeah.
So of
I
course
could probably reach with the legs. Yeah.
They came out with an ad, the real, the Budweiser ad, which I think is amazing.
Budweiser presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you,
Mr. Homophobic douchebag. You called the Kelseys a slur, and now the world hates you. You are lucky as fuck you're not in the hospital. bitch.
Jason Kelsey just murdering somebody
just
on the
with
side.
somebody down.
Yeah.
I know.
He's a big fucker, man. Like, I don't know anybody who'd want to really agitate him. Like, that's really mean. Like, it's just shitty. It's just shitty. Like, why? And, Jason knows better to respond to it, but he got caught up, and I don't blame him. So
Bruce has got it. Some guys are alphas and some guys are cucks.
Oh, my God.
That's all I'm saying. I mean,
how is that the too extreme? There's just people that just don't want to fight, right?
No, it's the way we raised them. They're all video game guys now. Like, in other words, back in the day, we used to go out and play basketball and football and hockey, and now they play it with their thumbs. Ooh, I did a X, R, right, left.
I could do Wii tennis. I do Wii tennis.
Getting soft, and we need to get back out there again. That's all. Yeah, dirt bikes. See, dirt bikes. That's manly. Go out and ride dirt bikes. Snowmobiles.
How injured did you get from your dirt bikes? You told that story several times.
Just a couple times, but I'm fine. All right.
I'm better now.
You know what? I just rubbed some dirt on it like a man. I just rubbed some dirt on it and got right back on the bike again. I can't. So real Tom says, Jamingo's jealous that he can't reverse and balance a red and black tree on a whiteboard. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know why I wrote it. I'm just jealous, I guess. That's Tom.
Okay.
What's that second
actually,
episode
I don't even get the reference. So.
No one does.
Sorry, Tom.
No one knows what he's talking about. He just babbles in the chat.
And monster truck rallies. Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about. You know what a manly man also likes? Pottery. And I want to talk to you about this.
Hey guys, I wanted to do an update at my pottery studio because I said one time that you guys are going to be so sick of me, and then I just kind of dropped off the face of the earth talking about pottery. So here we go. For a while, I was focused on just doing like hand building, and I made all these really cool vases.
All right, so we're looking at vases now, and I really didn't realize how much I was into pottery until she started showing me her pottery.
This one's it's supposed to be like rocks stacked on top of each other.
See, like that. Okay, and then she's reaching towards the camera a little bit.
These
That's
like kind
nice.
of more abstract vases where like you put the flower, like the stem like sits this way and it kind of comes out like that. Will it work? I have no idea.
I have no idea what she's talking about. I have no idea.
Is she even talking? It's just a lot of noise.
Why is somebody messaging me while I'm live streaming? Why does that have to happen?
You know what? Tom says you like big jugs, and Bruce wants to know if you ever drunk fight. Do you ever drunk fight your friends after a hard night of drinking? Yes, I remember you told me about a time with Jimmy.
Well, we weren't drinking
in the car.
He was just being an asshole.
Oh, okay.
We weren't. Did I ever drunk fight? I did drunk fight one guy because he tried to get behind the wheel of a car and we wouldn't let him drive. And I had to drag him out of the car, and then he started fighting me. But he was all drunk, and I just kind of wrapped him up and took him to the ground until he calmed down. So
Put him in a sleeper hold? Just cut off the oxygen just a little bit?
No. It was nothing like that. We just put his face in the dirt until he said, all right. You know,
Mercy.
See, back then it was like, like, all right, get off me. And then I said, get in the car. I'm driving you home. And then we'll pick your car up tomorrow.
I'm less drunk than you are.
Right.
I'm sort of drunk. You're way drunk. Yeah.
I had a buddy one time, and he was, it was funny because what we did was, this was back when kamikazes were like a big thing, and we made a picture of kamikazes.
Oh, those were so good.
And we were drinking them, and he got so wasted, and it was in the summertime, and we were at a person's house from the pool. So he wanted to go swimming, but he didn't have his swimming trunks. So he got completely naked. This is the shyest guy you ever met in your entire life. He got completely naked and then jumped in the pool and was swimming around in the pool. And then he got out and he's standing there naked. And I said to him, hey, you think you're going to put some clothes on anytime soon? Because all the girls are like, So he sat there and he put his hands on his hips and he shook his hips back and forth. And he goes, look, an elephant trunk.
Oh, my God. What is it with you men? Look what I got.
I'm telling you, I never laughed so hard because he was not that guy. And so the next day we had to tell him what he did. He's like, there's no way I did that. And then everybody else told him what he did. So that was, it was pretty
we
good
all saw your dick. Yay.
Yay. And then he met his wife that night. No.
No, we're not clipping that. I was talking with John. There's no way that's even a salvageable clip. Absolutely not.
Mike, 1 hour and 9 minutes.
Oh,
Double
shut
check.
up. Oh.
I'm tired of, I'm tired of this where we can't say what you're supposed to say. In other words, we can't use the F slur for gay, or is it F slur for sex? And then we can't use the R word or we're running out of letters. Let's just say the words. We're all adults here. Like this podcast here is for adults. If you're watching it on YouTube, it's for adults. It's not for children. Everywhere, this is not a child's podcast. All right, we put this as explicit. We talk about adult themes with adult language. There's only one word we don't use, and that's the N word, because
no, we don't use the N word.
Because those that are very melanated, they'll beat your ass if you use the N word. All right, we can't use that because they're violent. Those that are melanated can't use the word. There's some more eye rolling over there.
Wow. Okay. I'm not eye rolling. I'm just.
That's the truth. Okay. If you see somebody, they'll beat your ass if you use the N word.
It's a gross word. I don't like it.
The melanated.
The melanated.
Yes.
Oh my God! Stop it.
They have a lot of melatonin in their skin.
Melatonin. They're sleepy. They're sleepy. Is that what it is?
They got melatonin in their skin, and it makes them sleepy and angry and very violent.
Oh
and if you get over melanated.
Get over melatonin. Oh my God.
Sometimes you can get your ass kicked. That's what I'm just saying.
So what's the next topic we're going to?
Oh my God, we're not dehumanizing anybody. Just saying that they have darker skin and they seem to be more violent if you use that one word, where we don't have a word that you use that we'll beat your ass. We don't. And then, like if gay people, like if you say the word, what do we care? The same like when midgets get mad because you use the word midget. What are they going to do? We don't have to worry about them. But those melanated people, got to be careful. They'll bust a cap in your ass.
All right. My goodness.
I'm sorry. So, are we done with the pottery chick? With the big
doing?
Giant boobs?
Yeah, for the folks who weren't watching this episode, it was basically a young girl with big sloppy boobs.
Big fucking tits. And she's sitting there with her nipples.
John was very happy to watch her.
My goodness. She
finger her balls.
Very, very lovely.
Stuff. Yeah. Was she? Did you even notice her face? You did find she had an OnlyFans, so you skedaddled off to check that out.
I checked. I could not find her OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
This is a rumor from Bud Vugger. He said she has an OnlyFans. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
All right.
Sparky. She didn't have eyes. John didn't even notice her face.
Did she even have a head? I have no idea.
I heard talking.
I heard noise and jiggling boobs, and that's all I was paying attention
Bud Vugger says
to.
it was on the X page. So
it was on the X page?
No,
I'll have
that's
to go
what
back and
says.
research. I need a link, Bud Vugger. Send me a link.
For research purposes.
Research purposes for the podcast, of course. Of course.
Oh my goodness.
All right, since I have everybody here, I want to get into this situation because, to be honest with you, I don't know how I'm a little on both sides of this this issue. Okay.
Okay.
And this is an "Am I the Asshole" post on Reddit. All right. And you know what we're not going to do? We're not going to go get free royalty music to put behind us to distract us. We're just going to read it.
I like the music.
I'm sure you and Jody
did.
ball washing. Stop ball washing.
I'm not ball washing. I liked his episodes.
They're fine, but is the music needed?
They're funny because he reacts to it, so it's funny. Because it always runs out because he takes too long to read this segment, and then he gets pissed. He has to get more music. So yes, it's ambiance.
Case in point.
Go ahead.
Am I the asshole for not staying home from my Eras tour stop because my sister-in-law's mom died? All right, you follow me?
Mm-hmm.
I am currently on my flight to Indianapolis to see the Eras tour on Saturday night. I bought the tickets last year, and I've been booked and ready to go with my outfits, friendship bracelets. I've been looking forward to this so much as someone who has been a fan since Red. I guess that's one of her albums. My sister-in-law, we'll call her Grace because that's her name, told the family last night that her mom died. This is truly heartbreaking. I lost my dad when I was 20, so I do understand. And I went over after work to be with them. I also did their laundry. I fixed them dinner. And before I left, I prepared a bunch of wraps to eat and some casseroles as well. I was there till 2 a.m. I barely slept. I got a call this morning from Grace asking if I could come over and spend the morning with her. I told her that unfortunately I have a few things I had to do before I was leaving for my concert. She got very quiet and asked me if I was still going to that. I told her yes. I leave in 5 hours for the airport. She says she couldn't believe that I still thought about the concert when she has just become an orphan with no one in the world but our family, which is true. And I told her that I'm very sorry. And then when I get back, I'll take a few days to be with her if she needs. But this is something that I've been looking forward to. And also my friends are coming with me and counting on me for things like hotel, rental car, etc. She got angry and told me that I was a horrible sister-in-law and that she hopes when my mom dies, I hope when your mom dies that everybody abandons you.
Wow, we're salty, but okay.
Right.
I understand. Okay.
I know this is a shock and grief is the grief talking, so I am truly not mad at her. When my dad died, I said some pretty chaotic things too. But as I'm sitting here on the flight, I feel so bad. I did everything I could think of before leaving to make the day-to-day bandillies, I guess I don't even know what that word means, of life a little easier for them. There won't be a funeral, so there is no real planning involved. Am I the asshole for still going on this trip, despite my sister-in-law really not having a lot of other people to be there for her?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, if she was close enough, it's her sister-in-law.
It's her.
I think
it's her brother's wife.
Yeah. And I'm assuming they have, obviously, their family. So, and especially if she didn't have much family and she married into what she thought would be her family. I don't know. That's a tough one.
All right,
if there wasn't a funeral, there's not a funeral service. So it's like, then I kind of get it. Yeah.
So Edward says, let's see what the comments have to say.
Comments have to say.
Let's see what the comments have to say. All right. Hang on. You know what I can do with this? I think I can do something different here. Let's take this here and then come over here. And put this up here, and then we can see what the comments have to say.
I always enjoyed these segments on Edward's shows.
All right, let's go to the comments. Here we go.
Let's go.
Let's see what he says. Oops, wrong one. Wrong one.
Oh.
Hold on. Damn it.
Nope.
I got the wrong one. Shit. That's the next one.
We should be playing like the girl from Ipanema or something.
Okay.
While you're setting all this
I
up.
can do that. Let's try that.
There you go.
Sorry. Please stand by.
Please hold.
Hey, nothing for nothing, but I'm the one doing all the producing over here. I got to host the show, produce the show.
I'm well
live
aware
stream.
of it.
I'm not talking to you. You're fine.
Okay.
I'm talking about everybody else out there yelling at me. Let's go to the comments right now.
Bob says, your view is important to us.
Right, exactly.
Please continue to hold. This never happened when Bob was part of the show.
You're all dicks.
Sparky, you ruined the moment.
I think there's nothing he can do. I lost my mom a month ago. The grief and rage were blinding. Sister-in-law will think clearly eventually, but not right now. Another one says, my daddy died 2 weeks ago, and I oscillate between sobbing rage and being an absolute zombie. There's nothing anyone can do, sister-in-law and her brother. Is there anything else here? Yep, in 1997, my oldest sister and then my mom both died exactly 6 months apart. About a month after my mom died, I was on a business trip sitting in a park and crying. Suddenly, I realized that I had been frantically trying to force my kids and boyfriend, now husband, to fill the sister and mom shaped holes in my life, and I was never going to be able to do that because they have their own places. So anyhow, yeah, the comments suck. Sorry, that's a horrible idea, Edward. Just a horrible idea. Let's not go to the comments.
Yeah, well, because it gets, Edward answers, and then he would see what the comments would have to say. So that was
Edward
always interesting.
Edward does a show not live streaming, so he was able to go and look at the comments and pull the really good ones. I'm doing this on the fly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's prep work. Edward's 100% prep work. Yes, it's prep work. I have the stories. I don't care about the comments.
Rare. Well, I would have pulled the comment. Okay. Either way, so it's if there is no service, then I think she should not feel guilty. Mm-hmm.
This was in our notes for 2 days.
I understand that.
You could have pulled the comments if you wanted to.
Well, I didn't know you wanted me to. I would have. I didn't know you didn't.
I wouldn't have used the comments if it wasn't for Edwards putting it in the chat.
It's Edward's fault.
Wrecking my show over here.
Thanks, Edward.
All right.
Fight.
All right, let's do another story.
Let's do it. Let's pull another one up.
All right, let's pull another story out. Am I the asshole for not agreeing that my friend is racist and should be cut off because of her Halloween costume? Ready, Edward? This should be right up your cuck alley.
Yeah.
So I want to start this off by saying we do live in the U.S., and while I know the term I'm going to list off, now that I've been researching it, is not considered offensive in places such as the U.K. Apparently, here in the U.S., it's considered a slur. That info was totally wrong. It turns out it's the opposite. I, female 21, have a friend my age who loves dressing up for all occasions, especially Halloween. This year, she was inspired by our local Renaissance festival to dress up as a pirate. But not just any pirate. An Amazon Prime labeled the costume as a pirate gypsy.
Oh, God, not the word gypsy. Okay.
Was this even a slur? Is this a problem? I didn't get the
gypsy is
memo.
a slur. Yeah.
Is this? It is? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I didn't get the memo on this. This is the dumbest. Yeah. This is so stupid. The group of us decided to meet.
We all dressed up like gypsies, like in the teens. We always did.
Yeah, it's a pirate. A group of us?
It's essentially, a lady pirate.
Decided to meet up for a group picture at the church. Trick or trunk. It's another thing I can't stand. Trick or trunk. That's a bunch of bullshit. Kids just walking around trunks, getting candy. There should be some distance. It's too easy, making them too soft.
Earn your candy. Yeah.
Real men walk for their candy. That's right. Some of our kiddos and another friend of mine, male 23, complimented her on her outfit. She went all out with jewelry, a hat, swords, fake scars. And when she later posted pictures on social media, she captioned it actually calling herself a pirate gypsy, which I would have too, because I didn't know gypsy was
Which is what Amazon called it. Okay.
Yeah, it's...
All right.
Gypsy. Like, that's a big slur. You know what you're not going to find? A bunch of gypsies beating you up if you use the word gypsies. Who is a gypsy anyhow? Let me read this. I thought nothing of this. I really never cared for what a gypsy... I cared for what a gypsy is, not being mean. I just never really thought about it in truth. Hours after this post, there was a text screenshot of her post that sent to a newly made and separate group of chat without this friend. It was, let's go with Jay from Trick or Treat Trunk. He was absolutely livid at her for the post, saying that he was grossed out by her insensitivity and outright racist behavior.
Oh my God.
This guy tucks his cock
over it.
in his ass. This is what this guy does.
Just a dickhead. Okay.
This isn't someone I ever seen be outwardly hateful to anyone, really, especially on social media. Another friend suggested that if I was so confused, maybe she was, that it could be an innocent mistake, an issue of just not knowing. Jay, however, claimed that ignorance is not an excuse for a full display of cultural appropriation and racism. See, here again, cultural appropriation. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. Cultural appropriation is not a thing. If I want to dress up like a Japanese, what's those guys that
samurai,
a sumo wrestler. If I want to dress as a sumo wrestler and go out for Halloween, I'm going to do it. I don't give a shit if it's appropriation culture. If I want to dress up as a fat Indian, not dot squaw, not dot feather, not dot. If I want to do that, then I'm going to go out and I'm going to dress like an Indian. All right, because that's what Halloween is. It's dressing up in this other person. If I'm going to dress up as, I'm trying to think. No, hang on. I'm trying to think of something. I'm working on something here. If I'm going to dress up as Bernie Mac, I might put on the Afro wig. All right, and I might, but you know what I'm not doing? Blackface. I'm not doing blackface. All right, that's a little too much.
That wouldn't be smart.
Because what happens is the melanated, they get upset when you do that. I'm just telling you. All right. Let me get to this. So to answer a few questions, Jay is not Romanian. Oh, is it Romanians these are gypsies?
I didn't know that. It's a slur for that, yeah.
I asked him in the group chat again. He said no, he drives a Subaru. What the fuck does that mean? All right, well, it means that he's probably
He's a lesbian?
Yeah, pretty much.
But Jay identifies as a man? Okay.
No, he is not the host of the Boo Bash, as we call it. This is our second year throwing our party, and just like our first year,
oh my God,
it is at my other friend's barn. All right, so I guess what happened is this a problem wearing a gypsy pirate outfit for Halloween? Or what is this, again, can we have a cultural appropriation thing? Is this a big deal? This is what got Megyn Kelly fired because she said, like, why can't people on Halloween dress up as Michael Jackson if they're white? And then that was the end of that.
The answer is it costs your salary. So, yeah. I get it. Like, I think if they didn't call it a gypsy, you probably could get away with it and you just be like some pirate hooker or something like that. And that's what it is. But this guy, this whole what is it, white knighting for the Romani people? Stop it.
He's definitely
a little above and beyond. Like, she just bought a stupid, she wasn't going out and insulting a race of people or a culture. She just had a dumb costume on. So this guy really just took it the way the fuck. And of course the guy who wrote this in was like, da, 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 da. He makes my storytelling seem really concise and to the point.
I know.
but this is over the top. This guy, I want to punch this guy in the face just for telling me this story.
Who was the girl? She was a Disney actress back in the day, and now she was in other. I can see her face. I can't think. Here we go with the Boomer charades.
Hilary Duff.
There it is, Hilary Duff.
Oh, that was just a random shot in the dark.
Wow, you're pretty. Wow, we are on the same page.
I am good. You just
wow. Okay, so anyhow, Hilary Duff dressed up as an Indian, a squaw, feather, not dot, and she put a picture of her on social media with her boyfriend. I think he was like a cowboy or something. And they roasted her for dressing up, as an Indian, as culturally appropriate. I'm like, you know what you should do? Just go fuck yourself. It's Halloween. I'm dressing as a fucking Indian. If you don't like it, you can suck my dick. That's about it. I've had enough. I've had enough of you whiny fucking pieces of shit crying about something. You don't.
This was a little much. I mean, it was just.
What am I allowed to get dressed up in now? As a piece of popcorn? What can I dress as that won't offend your little fucking social sensibilities? Cut me a break. John called Duchess pretty. Yeah, she's pretty. Duchess is a pretty woman.
No, I'm not. Stop. No,
I'm
not
sorry.
what he's meant. No, but that's not. It was. I think you meant smart. I think pretty smart is what you were saying. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Tom says I can dress up as a blueberry.
Oh.
Won't I offend blue people?
I'm blue. Isn't that a song?
Blueberry Hill?
No.
It's not really the same. It's not really the same thing. Oh my God, the other chat's going crazy. I think I got a marriage proposal over there. He just wants to fondle my beard.
Who is that?
I have no idea who it is, but
it's Edward. I'm sure of it.
I'm just going to say this.
He's got to be toggling back and forth.
I can't.
Blue Man Group, Blue Vein Group. Oh,
if that actually did something for me, I'd be very, very flattered. But unfortunately, it does not.
John is a cutie pie. Nice.
Clip that 129.45.
God damn it!
Clip it.
I forget.
And you know what? What cracks me up is these people, these cucks for Harris and Walls, that as soon as you call them on their bullshit, they can't handle it. So, of course, they were at some kind of Harris rally, and someone walked up, or no, I think there's people that had a Harris Walls T-shirt on, and they were going from house to house like they were. What is it when you go out and you bang on doors? What's that called when you knock?
You're door knocking, yeah.
Door
Yeah,
knocking.
just door knocking.
I thought there was a name for that.
It is, but I
can't think of it either.
Campaigning, maybe.
Campaigning? I guess
Yeah.
I forget. Anyhow, someone
My daughter's doing it. Paul's done it. Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. Canvassing. Thank you.
Thank
God
you,
dang
Tom.
it.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate you, Tom. Every once in a while when you're not being a dick. All right, so here they are. They're out, and what they did was they brought themselves an illegal immigrant to see if these people that were supporting Harris would take in an illegal immigrant. And here we go.
I dressed up like I work for Kamala's campaign, and now I'm gonna deliver immigrants to her supporters.
We are voting for you, don't worry.
Are you? Of course. We do have a surprise, if that's okay, just real fast.
You have a surprise?
We're looking for a place for them to stay. They just came across. They'll sleep on floors. I mean, they're not picky, you know. We have like a 2-year-old, so Hector's good with kids.
Hector's good with kids.
Hector's good. That's fantastic.
This guy's
That
a
is
genius.
phenomenal.
Could they just like sleep on your lawn?
They need a place to stay. They just came across.
My teenagers live with me.
Oh, that's fine. Hector, he was dating a teenager like a little bit ago, so
Okay.
came across. They don't have papers. You're in support of like the whole border situation, and we're just trying to get them a floor to sleep on. Do you guys want COVID? They said
We're a house with COVID. We got the coof. We got the coof.
they could survive it.
You learn how to say her name.
We work with her, so we know how to say her name.
Earlier you said Kamala. The way she pronounces her name is Kamala. You don't work with her either.
See that car? We have 3 dudes who just came across the border. We're trying to find them a home.
Find them a home.
Just say I'm voting for Donald Trump without saying it, okay?
That's a wrong attitude, mister. I said my vote is private.
So you're voting Kamala?
No. You said it again.
He said it again. He said it again. Oh, I love
Well,
it.
that's interesting. It's funny. Like there was also, I had seen through some news reports that people were getting very upset because they were getting postcards basically saying the same thing. It's like, thank you for your support. You know, we have reached out and we've determined that you are eligible to house a migrant. They'll be coming by, and it was one of those like insert like date. So it was like a handwritten date with a time. And again, like Hector will be happy to be with you or something. And people are calling up like, what the fuck? You know, so.
Eduardo and his family will be over.
Yeah. They're great with kids. So.
All 7 of them.
He dated a teenager. That was a great line. Oh my goodness.
Hector dated a teenager, and he's great with kids.
He's great. Well, John is a cutie pie in the comments is having a blast here.
See, whatever. Listen, Governor Beaverteeth also got into a situation where they were asking him, since you support Biden, Harris, or not
We
Biden,
love our
Harris
governor.
Walls. Here
We didn't play our song today.
What's that?
We didn't play
I
our
didn't play
song
today.
today.
I figured I gave it a break
that's
today.
Right. Okay.
Because we were using Governor McBeaverteeth.
No, that's true. From Jersey, baby.
For this section. All right, here we go.
You like Kamala Harris, not just against. So what are? Let me ask you. Do you believe we should abolish the filibuster? And you can answer after I do it. How about getting rid of private insurance? How about taxing unrealized gains? How about nationalizing energy? How about mandatory gun buybacks like Australia? How about decriminalizing illegal crossings, ending cash bail, child gender reassignment surgery being paid for in prison? I mean, what are your, raising the corporate tax rate, what are your favorite proposals from Kamala Harris that make you like her so much? Which of
Joe,
those
for a Jersey guy, you sound like you're on the Trump campaign. For crying out loud! Come on, man.
Okay, well, which of those
you're
do you like?
cherry-picking stuff.
Which of those do you like? Which of those do you like? Which of those are you in? Are you in favor of ending the filibuster? We'll go one by one.
Yeah.
Are you?
It is. I'm not sure on the filibuster, honestly, but I think that fair tax
talk about any
makes
specifics.
sense.
A little tap dancing.
I said I think fair tax policy is
What does that
sensible.
mean, fair? What does that mean, fair?
Fair means you pay.
What does that mean?
You pay what you should pay.
Well, you know I live in your state, Governor. Do you think if I pay 55% total, is that fair for me, or do I need to pay 80%? What would be fair for you? Because I live in your state.
I look, Joe. I said that up front. Believe me, I know you do. But you sound like
Is that fair?
you're on the Trump
fair?
campaign.
No,
I don't know what the right number is, but
You know what? You're asking me questions I can't answer because I would sound stupid.
Yeah.
So that makes you on the Trump campaign. This is what I'm saying: is when you ask somebody why they like Harris Walls, what's the policy they like, they can't give you an answer. They just can't give you an answer. They keep saying, "Oh, well, you must like Trump." Yeah. You're right. Especially if everything I just said is what Harris is going to do. You're goddamn right I like Trump.
Yeah, he needs to go back to fucking Massachusetts. And he would pay a ton of money because he's fucking loaded.
I know.
He's not a poor man at all. So he
None
needs
of these
to shut the
guys
fuck
are.
up. Yeah. No, I understand that. So, I mean, just the fact that he's like, well, he's just avoiding. Because for him, it's her or not Trump. That's what his choice is, not Trump.
Right, not Trump. Or her. Right.
Did I say go back to your country? Go back to your fucking state.
Go back to your state. Go back to your state of Massachusetts.
Go back to Massachusetts. Jesus.
Apparently,
it's been a long day.
Joe Biden got in trouble for biting babies. Did you see that where he was biting and nibbling on kids?
Ugh, stop it. God, what is wrong? Well, I know what's wrong with him. He's full of fucking dementias. What the hell's wrong with him?
Well, Dank Brandon is here to discuss it.
Okay.
My fellow Americans and delicious babies, it's your boy Dank Brandon here. I wanted to address the footage you saw of me biting an infant tonight. Look, to be honest, it's been a rough couple of fucking months for yours truly. First VP Cackles, Barack and George Clooney, who you may know from famous dog shit films such as Batman and Robin, planned a coup on me. Then the sons of bitches took away my supply of adrenochrome. So tonight, in a moment of weakness, I decided to cut out the middleman and go right to the source. What can I say except have you ever tried baby? Absolutely delicious. Yeah, I bit some thighs and suckled some toes, big deal. What are they going to do, 25th Amendment me? I fucking dare you. Anyways, vote for Cackles. Or write in D's nuts for all I care. I don't give a rat's ass anymore. Dank Brandon out.
Right in these nuts. Oh my God.
And then
That's great.
And then later on, he said that he wanted to smack all Trump supporter in the ass. All Trump supporters in the ass. Well, Dank Brandon has something to say about that too.
Oh
my fellow Americans, it's your boy Dank Brandon here. I want to take a moment to address my comments about smacking Republican men's asses. Look, there's absolutely nothing wrong with seeing a conservative man in a nice pair of slacks and wanting to give that firm peach a slap. No homo. Let's be honest. Most of you have seen the photo to my right. I can only imagine that Trump has to have a CDL to drive that dump truck around. And as for Elon Musk, well, that man has plenty of junk in his Cybertrunk. Look, we tried to use Tim Walz to appeal to the normal gay man vote, and it's not working. That guy makes Richard Simmons look like a linebacker for the 1980 Chicago Bears. So vote for Cackles. Who the fuck am I kidding? She's not going to win after we murder that adorable pet squirrel, Peanut. Dank Brandon out.
Poor Peanut. Peanut's become a political football. Whatever.
Poor thing.
All right, kiddo. I don't know. Have we done it all? Have we said it all?
I feel like there's something else we've forgotten. I guess we could talk a little bit about fantasy football.
Oh, God. Why? Get my ass
kicked. How you doing on that, John?
God, am I getting my ass kicked all the time?
Who beat you this time?
Lisa. Lisa beat me this time. It's just ridiculous. I mean, and by hundreds of points. It's like I'm not even in the game.
She did slaughter you.
I swear to God, I feel like the Carolina Panthers right now. I'm horrible. Or am I the Cleveland Browns of this league? I might be.
Yeah, you might be. Well, you're not the Cowboys yet, but that's.
Oh, that's true too. I'd jump off a building if I was. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I got this one video I want to show you. It was from last week, but you know our friend over at CNN, Caitlin Collins. Like, you know how she loves to get shown up by Republicans.
Right.
All right. She's always got that resting bitch face. All right. Well, here she is talking about RFK Jr. And once again, this guy comes out.
One other person who was on stage recently and was talking about coming into the administration is RFK Jr. He said that Trump has promised him control of the public health agencies, HHS, which would be also, CDC, FDA, USDA, all of these agencies. Is that true? Has Trump promised him basically the HHS job?
So I spent 2.5 hours this week with Bobby Kennedy Jr. And it was the most extraordinary thing because let's face it, we've all heard on the news all sorts of sort of snarky comments about him. And I said, so tell me, how's it going to go? And he said, why don't you just listen to me explain things? And what he explained was when he was born, we had 3 vaccines and autism was 1 in 10,000. Now a baby's born with 76 vaccines because in 1986, they waived product liability for vaccines.
Right now, there's a producer yelling in her ear, you got to stop him from talking. Shut him the fuck up.
They pay our commercial rates. Yeah.
Right. So we had 3 vaccines when Bobby Kennedy was a kid, and now there's 186. All right. And in 1986, that they did away with product liability. So if they got injured from a vaccine, they couldn't sue the. So why wouldn't you make more vaccines, right?
Yeah. And here's the best one. They started paying the people at the NIH, right? They pay them a piece of the money for the vaccine companies. Wait a minute, let me finish. And so all of these vaccines came out without product liability. So what happened now? Autism is 1 in 34.
Okay,
amazing.
Neither of us are doctors.
All right, so we got to say neither one of us are doctors, but can we read a report? Can we read can we read a study? Yes, we could read a study. We don't have to be doctors.
Orange man bad. Orange man
bad.
bad.
So we're going to start with neither one of us are doctors, so we can't talk about this, but we can.
Right. We'll just try to.
Vaccines are safe. RFK. I mean,
Why do you think vaccines are safe? There's no problem.
She says vaccines are safe. Where do you get vaccines are safe?
You're not a doctor.
Yeah, you're not. We're not doctors. You can say they're not safe, but I can say they're safe. No. I'm not a doctor. This is why I said she loves to come on and get embarrassed by Republicans. I swear, it's like I think this is in her job description.
Product liability anymore. They're not proven.
Kids get them and they're fine.
Why do you think they're fine?
But because they're proven scientifically to be.
How about this? There was 1 in 10,000
They go through
people with
rigorous amounts of
autism.
testing.
They go through rigorous amount of testing. There is no testing.
No.
There is no product liability. They just
the testing is the results on the baby. That's
right.
your testing.
That's your testing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of problems now that they say as far as peanut allergies that people never. When you were a kid, did you know anybody had a peanut allergy? I know I didn't.
I knew people with bee allergies, and I think I knew somebody who had a milk issue. But I'm married to someone who is slightly older than me, who grew up with peanut allergies.
Yeah, so okay.
So they do exist.
They
did exist.
But I mean,
I can't believe he's still alive, frankly, given the amount of times he's been exposed to it.
Right.
So,
but I'm just saying, we never really had a peanut. There was no such thing as peanut allergies. If it was very, very rare, not.
Well, it was. You just didn't know of it because it wasn't discussed.
When I was a kid, I was allergic to everything. When I went to the doctors and they gave me an allergy test, my mom said, "What is he allergic to?" And they said, "New Jersey." I mean, it was grass, it was ragweed, it was everything that was in New Jersey I was allergic to. And
my one daughter has total environmental allergies.
Used to get allergy shots once a week. You would go in and they'd give you a needle with this stuff, and then you would scratch and itch for like a day, and it was supposed to make things better. Yeah.
You can't do that with food, though. You can't. No. You can't. That's not how that tolerance works. It's not like you just keep getting it and you're intolerant anymore. It triggers your. Long story short, it triggers your histamines to react, and your body has a fight reflex. And the problem is, you could have an anaphylactic reaction the first time you eat peanuts, or the 12th time you eat peanuts, or the 50th time you eat peanuts. So it's not. There's no, like 3 strikes you're out kind of a thing. So you can't just feed it. Yeah. So, but it is interesting to see the growth of intolerances and allergies and all kinds of crazy reactions. I mean, is it the food? Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's got to be. It's just stuff seems to be unchecked with what you can shove in food.
Well,
and
there's a lot of times.
I'm not a big fan of babies getting tons of shots all at once.
Yeah, there's that one shot that's an MMR shot, and they give it. It's 3 vaccines.
3 different doses. Yeah.
I really believe that's
spread
the one.
It out. You
they need to spread it out a little
that
bit more.
That many. They don't have any. They don't have any resistance, and you just like a second. It's like as soon as they're born, they jab them in. It's like, God damn it! I wish I'd thought more. I wish I was more educated on it. But seeing what some of the kids get now, it's even worse. So, but yeah.
Bruce says that most straight guys have penis allergies. Not to their own, to other men's.
Oh, is it the more you handle your own, you don't have that allergy, but you're intolerant to, you can't handle anybody else's?
Tom says if a kid can't take all the shots at once, they're too weak to live.
Yeah, that's it.
Dean said that he ate Peanut the squirrel.
Oh, Dean. Oh, Dean.
Poor Peanut the squirrel.
Poor Peanut.
It's a shame that they had to euthanize him. I mean, they just could have hit him over the back of the head,
so
test him for rabies. If he didn't have any rabies, they could have cooked him up in a nice little stew.
Well, if that nasty bitch was minding her own fucking business, then it wouldn't be a problem. But because she's some salty, jealous, petty little wench who wasn't making enough in Instagram fun money, she went after a fucking squirrel and a raccoon at a freaking some kind of pet sanctuary. Like, stop it. Terrible people.
All right. I have another story because I want to end on a high note. New York mom, Shantine Means, haunted final post revealed before she jumped off Niagara Falls with her 2 kids.
No.
A New York mom who jumped to her death at Niagara Falls with her baby and her young son wrote a series of harrowing posts detailing her heartbreak and splitting from her baby daddy. But police say he's not a suspect of playing any part in the tragedy. Oh my God. Shanti Means.
It looks like Chianti, actually. Chianti.
Is it Chianti?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or Chianti, I guess, but I thought it's Chianti. You know, what is it like Anthony Hopkins says? Like,
right. Chianti. All right, let's go with Chianti. 33 wrote Facebook post under the name of Diamond Scott in her weeks before police said she intentionally stepped over the guardrail at the popular Luna Isla Overlook Monday with her kids. 9-year-old Roman and 5-month-old Mecca. I wish someone would have loved me because the man that's supposed does not, she wrote late last month, days before she sang, I'm sick of irritation, anger, sadness, and rage. Everyone, please leave me alone. I'm in love with my daughter's father. She wrote a few days later, on October 1st, I want my family back. Respectfully, I don't give a fuck what I said about him before or what anyone else thinks.
Okay.
So, yep. And then another post from the same day, the mother wrote, you have to hold on to the ones you love. You never know when you might lose them. And then one mom asked her why she split from her ex. And then her reply was, 'cause I'm a dumbass pregnant bitch. I swore up and down I ain't want him. Despite her apparent heartbreak, police said Thursday that no foul play was suspected in the deaths. Wow. The kids, the mother killed the kids. But
that's terrible. Oh my God.
And
you have to really go out of your way to do that.
Yeah, why take your kids? Why take your kids with you? You know?
That's really awful. Well, I guess if he's not going to take them, nobody's going to have them. And
right.
I mean, she made a statement. I mean, can you imagine? Like you're at Niagara Falls. I mean, it's still a nice time of year. People will be there, and then all of a sudden, this woman just climbs over the rail and gone.
Well, what I can't see. I mean, I can see like if you've had enough and you don't want to deal with this and you want to kill yourself. I can't see taking your kids with you.
That's awful.
That's ridiculous.
It's poor babies.
It's like a guy who shoots his whole family and kills himself.
Yeah.
Why? Just go back. Just go blow your brains out. Go in the backyard, shoot yourself, and then and that's the end of that. That's all.
That's sad. That's terrible. I love you. I'm going to leave on a high note. Won't.
All right. I'm sorry. Let's not do that.
No, that's all right.
All right.
I'm the one that dropped the story, and so I was like,
all right. Hold on. Let's leave on a high note.
All right. We have a couple of things. All right.
The Washington Post had a session on TV on there, and they were talking about reporting, and one guy got a little upset, and here's how that went.
Well, I've just got to say, we're news people, even though we're at the opinion section. It's got to be reported. Bucks County was reversed by the court and instructed to open up extra days because they violated the law and told people to go home. So that lawsuit was brought by the Republican National Committee, and it was successful. The Supreme Court ruled that Glenn Youngkin was successful. We are news people, even though we have opinions, and we have to report the whole story if we bring up part of the story. So yes, he's upset about Bucks County, but he was right, and he won in court. That's the story.
Oh, that snotty host.
That's he's sitting there and he's
smarmy
like
little
writing
fuck.
and not
He's like,
saying
whatever.
He's thinking of a response. Here we go.
I'll let you keep
like,
going,
whatever.
Jonathan.
No, I don't appreciate being lectured about reporting when too many times you come here saying lots of things that aren't.
I won't
based
come
in
back,
fact.
Jonathan. I'm
But-
done.
but-
I'm done. This is the most unfair election ad I have ever been a part of. You guys are working. That's fine. I'm done.
So
I'd
Ruth,
love for him
you
to
wrote a
thrown-
column this week ending with this line, and actually I think this is perfect. We're going to put it on the screen. You wrote,
"Fuck you.
You want to know the
Nasty.
stakes of this election? Not only democracy, but decency." Talk more about that, Ruth.
Okay, I'm collecting myself.
Oh, shut up.
Oops.
Oh, Ruth froze. Ruth is frozen.
Oh, Hugh Hewitt must have kicked the cord out from under her.
Hang
Fuck
in
you.
there, everyone. We're going to see if we can try to get Ruth back to this very. We're gonna get Ruth back in a moment. This is First Look, Washington Post Live's nonstop shop for news.
My name is Jonathan Capehart. I am the whitest black guy you've ever met in your entire life.
I'm a terrible. Look, I like Hugh Hewitt. I've listened to him on a bunch of different shows, and he's not a dumb man. And for him to correct this guy, he was absolutely right. He called out the truth, and this guy's like, "Well, you're gonna lecture me on my show," and Hugh Hewitt's like, "Well, fuck off. I don't need this," and he doesn't. And kudos to him for going, "Fuck you. I'm not coming back," and he doesn't have to. Hugh Hewitt is not a dumb man, and I mean, he sounds a little goofy, but I like him. I like listening to him commentate. So
Commentate?
I was cheering for him. Being a commentator.
All right, I got you. Let's see what happens to
There's
Ruth.
an analysis, and Ruth is back. So I'm going to read that quote
Hooray.
back again from your column, Ruth, where you wrote, "You want to know the stakes of this election? Not only democracy, but decency." We lost her again. Everybody, if you've been watching First Look, you know that these conversations can be interesting, contentious. You just saw Hugh Hewitt leave the conversation, which is lamentable, unfortunate. It is what it is.
Okay, there.
Wow, that was his like. Well, it is what it is.
Well,
Fuck
you know what? I'm just going to sit here and try to have somebody tell me what to do next because I can't. I don't know how to vamp.
It's not
be
on the
entertaining.
teleprompter. I don't know what to
it's-
say.
It's not there. I don't know what to say. Someone help me, please. Can we go to commercial? What do you mean we don't have commercials? Fuck. Fuck.
Well, so before we dab out, I do want to mention that we were invited to appear on the Weathered Report. They're going to have an election day coverage. They're going to start at 6:00 their time, which is 9:00 our time, East Coast.
Okay.
And I had shared the link in Discord and under the Boomer Bunker, and it is also on our X feed. So it's just it's a YouTube stream. You can just click it and you can participate that way.
Okay. So what time you going? What time
probably
you
gonna
going to show up?
I'm probably going to go in at 9, yeah, because I have I might be bopping in and out. So
I'm going to tell you
I don't know how long
right
I
now.
can stay to play. So
If I'm telling you something right now, if Trump starts winning, I'm immediately going over to the Young Turks to watch them melt down once again. I would love that to see that. What we should do is on Bruce's channel, we should bring up the Young Turks and watch them melt down live. That
There
would be
you go.
amazing.
Well, you can have them stream snipe it. We can watch them react to the election results. They're going to have other guests on as well. So they'll probably have Ken and Jason and then a few other folks. So that should be interesting.
All right.
And then, And then do you want to check? Do we get any text messages?
We have a voicemail.
We have a voicemail.
That's right. I almost forgot about the voicemail.
Thank you.
Believe it or not, we have a voicemail. Apparently, whoever sent the voicemail told the Duchess, and I wasn't allowed to listen to it. But the Duchess knows who this
I don't
is
know
from.
what the I don't know what the message is. I know
But
who
you
it's
know
from.
who it's from.
That's it.
Okay.
I know who it's from, but I don't
Here's
know
the
what
message.
was said.
What's that phone number? 856-477-1935. 1935.
Yes, sir.
856-477-1935. All right, here we go.
Hey, Duchess and Sidekick John. Just want to call and say I still enjoy the show. Oh, by the way, if you would know where I could maybe buy a human muzzle and maybe a set of mittens, I know somebody that could actually use them. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Is that Dean?
That is Dean.
What the hell does he need a human muzzle and mittens for?
I think he might have been referring to Tom. Sorry.
Hey, I tell you, Dean and Tom. Dean's not a fan of Tom. That's
I
okay.
don't think so.
I understand that. Tom says I was born in the year 1935. That's ridiculous. There's no such. That's not true at all. All right, are we ready to get out of here?
I think we are, because it's football tonight, and I still have one more team to play.
Okay, well,
for my fantasy football, so I can continue to beat Luis.
We were only supposed to do an hour and a half, and look at us doing 2 hours.
2 hours.
Look at us, aren't we amazing?
Look at us. Look at us.
Hit it.
So now that you know where we are, we would hope that you continue to follow us. Make sure you like us on Facebook and X and Twitch, where you can participate in all of our videos. So actually that would be X, Facebook, Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube. But our social medias are Facebook, X, and Instagram. Like us on everything. Follow us. You'll get all the alerts. You'll get all the deets. You'll know what we're doing, where we're going to be, who we're talking to. You don't know anything? Find us on the website. The link tree's there. You can click on everything and find us. And if you can't make it and you're just listening to this as a podcast, a downloaded podcast, thank you. We appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe and like all of our stuff. Make sure you rate us on whatever you're listening to. And if you have any questions, you can send us a text or leave us a voice message.
856.
I got nothing else.
477
well, you just yabbled it out before.
Well,
so.
I'm just saying.
Okay, my apologies.
All right, everybody. We're out of here.
This was fun. Thanks, everyone.
If you come watch us tomorrow night, we'll be over on Bruce's stream, and then we'll be back here Thursday, believe it or not.
Absolutely.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.